Hello, you know, you have to excuse me, I've brought my cup of tea out with me because I'm doing this on my dinner break because I'm really mega busy, but this has come up and I thought, oh, this is really important, maybe we ought to just do a little something here. Just had one of my customers contact us and ask if they could cancel their advance Puddleduck order and be recredited with the points, etc. for them, because they've found loads of them available on eBay. So I thought, oh, I better just, I was going to say something about that and I never got round to it. So I had a meeting with somebody about a week ago. Now, you read what you want into this information. As usual, I'm going to tell you what I know and I'm going to tell you what I think. So I had a meeting about a week or so ago with somebody that I know, and they said that they were involved with being contacted via a third party from the police to deal with an incident at one of the harbours, docks, won't say where, docks, and they've got all this money and they need to verify that it's real money. They don't know whether it's counterfeit money or what it is. And they've called the Mint and the Royal Mint, and the Royal Mint wouldn't send anybody out. So the police are trying to get hold of somebody to find, this is breaking news if you like, trying to get hold of somebody to verify what this stuff is that they've seized, or potentially seized, or going to seize, or whatever. Anyway, when this person was looking at it, he was being shown 60,000 Puddleducks, 50p's, 60,000. All Puddleduck, 50p's. All counterfeit. And the police officer said that was talking to him at the time, talking to him about these and how many was there, because he said, how many is here? And he said 60,000 there. He said, but that is a fraction of what we've got on the boat that we've seized. So you can just, you know, that now, there ends the information that I know. That's the information I've been given. From that, you can make your own summation, you can make your own thoughts. So, eBay being awash with Puddleduck right now, finding that out this morning, because I've been a bit busy so I haven't really noticed, but finding that out from our customer this morning, and that having that story in my head from last week, you know, that just says to me, well, that you could say that's a bit of a coincidence, and you could say, oh, maybe I need to look at these coins a little bit more. So if you're into buying any cheap Puddleducks on eBay at the moment, have a look, make sure you've read the listing, look at what's in front of you, read the title, read the item specifics, read the description, and remember this, eBay rules and eBay disputes department go by the title and the item specifics. What's in the item description, they go by the least nowadays. They go by what's in the title, what's in the item specifics. So make sure you read those two. Now, fakes ain't allowed to be sold on eBay, so the fakes that are sold on eBay, in my opinion, are being sold with eBay's knowledge, and they're complicit in that, and I'll come to that in a minute. So eBay's awash with them at the moment, and we have that story that's going on. Do I believe that story? I don't disbelieve it. I don't know 100% because I wasn't there, but I don't disbelieve it. What can you do? Well, if you're buying any of these cheap Puddleducks, if there are any cheap Puddleducks and you're buying them, make sure you've got a really good set of scales. In fact, you know, being a coin collector, it is in your interest to invest in a really good set of scales. Pinpoint accuracy. You're talking about scales that measure a gram, right? And points of a gram, 8.2 grams or 2.6 grams or something like that. You want accurate, good quality scales. Don't skimp. Don't buy the cheapest just because they're the cheapest. They're probably the cheapest for a reason. You know, you want really good calibrated scales that will do those low weights of ½ gram and points of a gram and all the rest of it. Now, quite simply, put your 50p on the scales, 8 grams. That's what it should weigh. 8 grams, 8.00. It's exactly what it should weigh. If your scales are not brilliant, then of course it's going to fluctuate, might go 8.2, 7.8, etc. But when you're looking for minor differences in weight, that makes all the difference. It really does. So, you know, to have a really good set of scales is absolutely important, because it does help you work out the difference between a real one and a fake. Most of the time they don't get the weight exactly right. I'm sure as time goes on, they get better and better and better and better at it, and sooner or later they'll be able to carbon copy them and won't be able to tell the difference. Fake Royal Navy 2015 coins and others have been around since 2015. I bought them then. I've got fake Kew Gardens, I've got fake Council of Ministers, fake Royal Navy, fake Mary Rose, fake Standing on the Shoulders of the World Basics, fake King James Bible, I think it is. And I bought them knowing that I was buying fakes from these companies that are abroad, which is where some of these people that sell them on eBay, they buy them from. They go and buy them from these places, and they get sent them through the post, and then they go and sell them on eBay. I bought them because I want to see what we're up against. I bought them because I'm interested. The Royal Mint doesn't seem to be interested. The Royal Mint seems to be living in cloud cuckoo land, thinking that certain coins can't be counterfeited, and because we've got these 2 metal coins now with a silver inner and a gold outer and all the rest of it, and the same for the pound coin, oh, it's difficult for them to fake. No, it isn't. The only difference between the fake Royal Navy coin and the real Royal Navy coin, apart from a slight size and weight difference that you wouldn't hardly notice if somebody put it in your hand, and when I tested it out, the people with the bank people's hands I put coins in and said, tell me which one's the fake, couldn't. And the only reason it stood out for me was because there was no writing around the edge of the coin. So if you have a Royal Navy coin with no writing around the edge, chances are that it's a fake. So this is what's out there at the moment. Now, I said I'd come back to eBay. Let me just have a little slurp of my tea. I've been communicating with a bloke called Rob Hattrell, and Rob Hattrell is the absolute top boss of eBay UK. He's the man in charge of eBay UK. And for around 3.5 years now, I've communicated with him and explained about the fakes and the fake coins and how easy it would be to get rid of the fake coins on eBay. And so if they choose to, if Rob Hattrell and the people at the top refuse or just ignore it or don't do anything about it, then you have to assume at the end of it, well, it's not because they can't do anything about it, it's because they don't want to. And why don't they want to? Because they make so much money out of it. I know one seller that's got over 1,000 feedback for selling fake Kew Gardens. Now, you know, how much money has he made out of that? So, especially when you're buying them for like £1, you know, 50p pound, you're not buying them for much. See, in the old days, when people give out fake money, when I was doing taxi driving 30 years ago and getting fake pound coins in me change back then, it was lead. It was rolls of lead that they'd put the stamp on, and then they paint them up, and you know, and in a handful of change you probably wouldn't notice the difference when you've had a drink, but one in your hand you notice the difference. It's got a different feel to it. You know, it did have a different feel to it, and you'd scratch it off to make sure that it was a real one, because if it was a fake one, the gold would come off. And they got better and better and better at it. There wasn't anywhere near the number of fakes in circulation as the Mint said there was when they took away the pound coins. That was just all a load of old toffee. That was not true at all. And we know that that's not true, absolutely know that that's not true, because we turned over so many pound coins within a couple of year period, thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of pound coins, that we'd have been able to see. You know, we could tell the fakes. So anyway, I'm digressing, aren't I? So getting back to the fake thing. So I'm not a computer software man, but I do understand how it all works, and it's really easy to get rid of it. So this is why I feel eBay don't want to. And that's because for example, you try and list something on eBay that is from a country that is embargoed with America, and immediately it won't even allow you to list it because it tells you it's embargoed. That's not a person sitting there watching it, waiting for someone to list it, and that's just automatic software. Someone has set the parameters. Someone has had to think about it, and they've thought, what we'll do is we'll set the software so that if anybody tries to list anything from one of these countries, the system will stop them automatically, and therefore they can't list it. Therefore we can't break an embargo of America, which is our hometown country, and therefore we don't get into trouble. All about getting into trouble, isn't it? So why can't you do the same thing with the word fake, the word replica, the word souvenir, the word please read description, the word see description, the word copy? All of these words, every single connotation of a word or a title that you can think of that somebody selling a fake coin or a replica coin would put in that title, configure all of those words like you configure the countries, so that immediately someone goes to list it, it doesn't allow you to. Sorry, you're using the word replica in the title. You're not allowed to, because replica coins are not allowed on eBay. Just like that. Sorry, the item you're listing seems to have the word fake in the title. Fake coins are not allowed to be listed on eBay. Automatic. Done. Every single time somebody goes to list a fake, using the word fake, using the word replica, using the word copy, within the category of coins, the software system could be written in like 20 minutes, probably. It can be written, and from that moment onwards, every single time, like that, it captures it, doesn't allow it to be listed. Now that can be done, and it's not being done. And the only reason it's not being done is because they want to allow it to happen. So they allow it to happen, and they make an absolute fortune out of it, and it just totally devalues the real coin. So now the real Puddleduck is going to get devalued, just like the real Kew Gardens is a little bit devalued, well, heavily devalued actually, over the number of fakes that are allowed to be sold on there. So there you go. So that's my feelings on it, and that's the news that I've just heard. So if you are looking at getting a cheap Puddleduck, you know, just be wary. That's what I'm saying. 8 grams, make sure you do that. And the other thing is, if you're one of those customers that did order the Puddleduck off us, and you're as sick and tired of waiting as I am as sick and tired of you having to wait, cancel it. Please email us and please say take me out of the list. Obviously the people that don't contact us, we just leave them in the list, because there are people that will stay there no matter what. But if you're tired and fed up of waiting, ask us and see if we can't give you something else. Is there something else you want? Or we can do a refund, or we can give you a recredit, and if we have a recredit we'll put 20% in on top, you know. So if you want to go out and get one of these cheap Puddleducks and you want to cancel the order with us, we won't mind. That's fine. You can carry on and do that. I'm just letting you know that there is a shed load of fakes out there, and just be careful. I'm not saying these are fakes. I have no idea whether there's what they are. So it's not for me to say. It is for me to say, this is what I've heard. This is what seems to be happening. Make up your own mind. All right? Anyway, I hope that's been of interest, and thank you very much. www.thegreatbritishcoinhunt.com. I'm Ian. Thank you. Bye-bye.